be a big star, you need to have a lot of things, not just skills.
You fought a lot of guys when they brought very little to the table and they were dangerous,
Yeah.
kind of high risk, low reward fights, right? Another great fighter that was there, Dimitri Bivol. You've talked a lot about having that rematch. Is that something that you still want, that we're going to see at some point? You think?
Yeah, why not? I always have it in my mind. At this point, I fight with everybody, with every champion, with all the best out there. And
All right, we're here for the Ring Podcast. I'm Mike Coppinger, here with boxing superstar, the face of boxing, Canelo Álvarez. Canelo, thank you so much for joining us here in London. First off, look, you had another big year in 2024, right? 2 big wins, Jaime Munguia, Edgar Berlanga, not many rounds won between them. Where would you say that year stacks up for during your illustrious career?
was good. I really enjoy my year. I have 2 really good fights that people enjoy, and I enjoy it. And was a really good year for me.
Yeah, look, and you're 34 now. You're going to turn 35 this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's nothing left for you to accomplish, right, in boxing. You've done everything. You've won
Mhm.
titles in 5 weight classes, I believe, and you've been undisputed. You really should be undisputed still, but we know how sanctioning body
Yeah.
nonsense works. We know you're the guy,
Yeah.
pound for pound king, all of that. Well, what keeps you motivated to keep going on?
I always told my people I still enjoy boxing. I love what I do. I love being in training camp, being fighting, being in a fight, and I still enjoy it. And I feel really good. They always asking me, and I say, this Canelo beat the Canelo 26, 27, 28, 29 years old. So I feel in my best, and I still enjoy boxing a lot.
Yeah, and what always impresses me is, so many athletes, especially fighters, look, we know the training is grueling, right?
Yeah.
You gotta be very disciplined. You have to eat right and wake up and all that. But, a lot of fighters, when they make a little bit of money, they lose the motivation.
Mhm.
You've made all the money, of course, and you've made all the accolades, and yet you're able to still train as hard. And I was talking to Tyson Fury about this the other day and how you're able to do this. What makes you think, separates you to keep you motivated like that, besides the love of boxing?
Yeah, the discipline of the sport. I started very young, and I never start because of money. I start boxing because I really enjoy being in a fight and being in this sport. I always say to the young fighters, I say, hey, don't look boxing like just for the money. The money come. No, you do your thing, good with discipline, with love, with everything, and the money is gonna come. So most of the people doing for money. That's the difference between me and them. I don't do boxing, and I don't start boxing for money.
Yeah, and we hear that from a lot of really successful people, right? That if you're doing it for money, you're doing it for the wrong reasons, and you're probably not going to find that success. And I think there's a reason, right, why you're so successful in everything you do. whether it's-
Don't get me wrong. You need, when you're in a moment, is that you need to care about the
Right,
business too,
right.
no? Because you risk your life, do you everything, and you deserve everything, but when what I wanna say, I start this sport not because of the money.
Right. You did it for the love of the sport.
Mhm.
But have you always had this kind of discipline? Because I think boxing, even more so than other sports, discipline is maybe the most important ingredient, right, to success.
That I remember, yes, I always have this discipline. I don't know, Eddie can say to you if I have it or not since I started, but yeah, that I remember, I always have this discipline because when you love something, it's no work. It's something you love, so it's no. For me, I don't feel like it's a work. It's something I enjoy. I love it, like a hobby for me.
Right, because like, look, how many fighters get out of shape in between fights or
Hmm.
get out of shape after they retire? Like, that's
I
never going
think
to happen to
most of
you.
them. I
Most of
think
them.
most of them. I think most of them go out of shape because they don't train, or they have a fight in front and they don't go to train 1 day, 2 days a week. And sometimes Eddie put me in an example, obviously, all the time. I go to the gym with no fight in front, and I go and I get there first, and I go and I left last. So that's the way I am. So it's very easy for me to do it because I really enjoy it.
Yeah, and it seems like you're disciplined also with your businesses, right? You have like an empire that's growing. You have
Hmm.
gas stations.
Yeah,
You can fuel yourself with Canelo. You
yeah.
have Canelo drinks. You have medicine, right? You have pharmacies now in Mexico.
No,
No?
no, it's like a 7-Eleven,
Okay,
some
got it.
like that. Uh,
But there's
you know,
insurance. Isn't there Canelo health insurance? Isn't there something with health?
yeah, we start a company, but we need to make that thing really
Got it.
good. I like the things doing 100%, not like in the middle. And yeah, in business, you need in every single thing you do, you need to put your 100%, the discipline, everything. And the things I have, my business I have, I enjoy it too. So that's why I put all my attention to.
Yeah, look, and you've been in 168 for a while now. I
Hmm.
know people say like, "Oh, you're not the tallest." For me, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I look at you, and you're like, I'm
No,
like, you're
I show everybody it's no matter of size.
right. But do you think will we see you at 175 again? Will we see you at a higher weight maybe?
We don't know. With me, you never know. Maybe yes, maybe not.
Well, you've already cleaned out 168 pounds, of
Hmm.
course. And now some of the other guys, right, are at 175. Will we see? Everyone's talking to you, and I know you get this question a lot. But Terrence Crawford, I know what you've
Hmm.
said, and I understand, and I'm with you. If you beat him, people will say he's too small.
Hmm.
And I know the upside is not very much, but I think on the flip side of that, it is quite a big fight now. I think it does generate pretty big business.
Hmm.
People do want to see it. I get asked
Hmm.
about it a lot.
Yeah, people wanna see that fight, and maybe they see that fight. We don't know yet, right? But maybe they see that fight, and I'm always open to good fights. And don't get me wrong, he's a good fighter. He's really good, really good abilities and everything. Um, and maybe we will see that fight. Maybe, we don't know yet.
Canelo, look, something you said to me a while ago really resonated. You said basically, if somebody's going to disrespect me, I don't want to punish them in the ring and beat them up and say, hey, here's all this money, because everyone always makes their career high payday facing you, right?
Yeah, you're right.
How much of the way David Benavidez approached you with disrespect, as you saw it, was a reason for that you didn't want to fight him?
Yeah, it's at this point I fight with everybody, with every champion, with all the best out there, and when somebody approach you like that and call you out like that, you don't need to give them money. So, and like I say, I can do whatever I want now, and and just I don't like the way he approached for taking the fight.
Do you think Terrence Crawford is approaching you in the proper way?
I think he's wanted the fight and doing respectful. I want Canelo. I want Canelo. No, nothing bad, saying bad things about
Right.
me or whatever. No, but like I say, you never know too. You never know too. Maybe someday I wake up and I say I wanna beat that guy. Right?
Yeah, and look, you've earned this. You've earned this right.
Yeah.
With all you've done for the sport, you're the face of boxing. There's no
Yeah.
question about that.
Yeah.
Um, and I understand you've earned this respect. So you give respect for everyone. You're a respectful guy, and you want respect
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. I always respect my opponents and every single fighter, every single people. Obviously, if they don't, okay, it's different, no. But yeah, I always try to respect people, respect the fighters, respect my opponents. I'm not that kind of guy. I never go into a fight or into a, you know, bad things about with people. But if somebody disrespect me, that's different.
Yeah, and look, you're 34 now, but when you were on the way up, and when I say on the way up, you were still a big star. You understood your place, right?
Yeah,
Mayweather was the bigger name when you fought him, and
yeah,
you showed respect, right?
yeah,
And I think the way you're probably approaching your matchups now and the way you pick your fights is different.
yeah.
When you were on the way up, proving yourself, you took on Mayweather. Even you agreed to a catch weight, a rehydration clause.
Hmm.
You gave up all the concessions.
Hmm.
Now you're in a different position.
Yeah, yeah. When you're in that position, you need to do it, because if you want something big, you need to fight for it,
Hmm.
right? You need to fight for the position, and I think I did that with all the fights I have in my career. If you see my record, is just something else, because I fought with everybody, all the championships, all the world champions, for 14 years in the first level. So I think I deserve this position.
Yeah, and look, one thing I always say that you don't get enough respect and credit for is you fought a lot of guys when they brought very little to the table and they were dangerous,
Yeah,
kind of high risk, low reward fights, right? Austin Trout,
yeah,
Arizona De Lara,
yeah,
southpaws with tricky styles that nobody was really asking for those
yeah.
fights, and you took on challenge anyway.
Very difficult fights. Yeah, very difficult fights, and plus I don't need it in that
Right.
moment, right? I don't need it in that moment, but I take my risk my whole career, up and down in weight classes. So because I really love challenge, and I really love what I do, and I try to put to show everybody how good I am to do in going up and down in weight, and just say I never look my record and say, oh, I did this, I did this. Eddie Reynoso is the one who told me, hey, you ever watch how many things you do in boxing? No, show me, and he showed me all the things I did in boxing, all the world champions, all the fights and everything, and it's very very impressive.
Yeah, it is. It's quite impressive, of course. And I always thought it was too bad as a fan that we never got to see a rematch between you and Floyd Mayweather. Because let's face it, when you faced Mayweather, you were 23 years old, I believe.
23,
And
just
again,
turned 23.
yeah, you just turned 23. You didn't have a lot of seasoning. I know people will say, oh, he had a lot of fights. Well, you
Hmm.
didn't have an amateur career. You started boxing at 15 as a pro,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So you gave up the weight concession. You gave up the rehydration clause. And
everything.
I always thought if you would have faced him, with some more seasoning, it would have gone differently.
He deserved the position in that
Sure.
moment, because Floyd Mayweather is one of the best fighters in the boxing history, and he deserved the position in that
Hmm.
moment. I try to make history, and I try to put myself in the very top in that moment, but for some reason doesn't happen, right? And yeah, like you say, if I had that fight with Miguel Angel Cotto first and all these kind of fights, and then fight Mayweather, maybe go in the different way. But we never gonna know. We never
Right.
gonna know. And I learned what from that fight, and like I say, things happen for a reason.
Yeah, like we're talking about, you face everyone, right? Even these fights that were very risky. It seems like the younger fighters today, maybe it's the promoters, I'm not sure who to blame, but we're
Hmm.
not getting a lot of the fights we should be seeing. Like,
Hmm.
look at, right, 135 pounds where we had Gervonta Davis, we had Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, and Devin Haney. We didn't get
Hmm.
many of those matchups.
Hmm.
How big
Hmm.
of an issue do you think that is for boxing, where the fans are asking for all these matchups and we're leaving so much money on the table as a sport, it seems?
Hmm. They are young fighters. They are the young fighters. Yeah, I think people need to know how to wait, and at some point they gonna fight. I believe in some point they gonna fight. I think people need to know how to have patience,
Mhm.
for those fights, um, and I believe they're gonna fight in some point soon.
I hope so. Do you
Mhm.
have a favorite fighter right now? Just to, not personally, but like just to watch.
I like to fight. I like to see all the young fighters, good fighters. I like Usyk.
Yeah.
who's I like Ryan, I like Teofimo, I like Germonta obviously, and they are a good, really good fighters.
Would you say Usyk is your pound for pound number one, or besides yourself, of course?
Yeah, he's one of the of course. He's very
And
good fighter. I told him yesterday, yeah, you fucking good fighter.
yeah, amazing year, right? You
Yeah,
beat Tyson Fury was so
he
much bigger
deserve
than
it.
him.
He deserve it.
And of course, look, it's another great fighter that was there, Dimitri Bivol. I know when you fought him, you had a, you only had one hands basically,
Mhm.
right? You had a hand injury. You went up in weight. He's a very good fighter too.
Yeah, he is.
You've talked a lot about having that rematch. Is that something that you still want, that we're going to see at some point, you think?
Yeah, why not? I always have it in my mind. Always have that idea in my mind, and I hope he wins this. Maybe they have the 3 fights. It's
Right.
gonna be difficult the situation, but uh, mm, we'll see in the future. Yeah, but I have it in my mind. Always have that little thing, you know.
Right. Again, you're going to turn 35 this summer. I know you're young still, but you've had a lot of fights. How much
Mm,
longer do you see yourself? Are you even thinking about like the end now? Are you getting
mm,
closer to that point or
I,
no?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting closer, obviously, but I feel great. I feel better than ever, and maybe 38. Maybe 38 is I don't know. Maybe 38.
That'll be good.
Yeah,
The longer we have you, the better.
yeah, yeah. I think 38 is perfect time to start thinking for the.
And look, you've been the face of boxing for a long time now. Ever since before it was Oscar De La Hoya, then it was Mayweather and Pacquiao. Now it's been you for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you see that maybe could follow you in that role after you retire?
I don't know. I don't know. They are really good fighters now. To be a big star, you need to have a lot of things, not just skills. No, but is there a lot of good fighters? I don't know. I don't know who's gonna be, but they are good talents like Ryan Garcia. If they put everything, like the discipline, all you need. Germonta Davis, obviously, and 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 that's the only I pass in my mind.
Yeah, and you say there's a lot of things. I mean, of course, you're right. It's not just being a great fighter. What do you think is the most important one or two things you need to be the face of a
Mhm.
sport?
Oh, have charisma,
Yeah,
the mental, the discipline, obviously talent, no, discipline, talent, mental, charisma,
yeah,
people who support you, uh, and combine everything. Because if you have discipline and you don't have talent, you can't be uh, great.
right.
No, you need to have both and combine, because sometimes you have um, talent and you don't have discipline, and it's very difficult. Or you have both and you don't have the mentality
Right,
to
right.
to commitment. Uh, yeah, there are a lot of things, but when you love something, it's very easy to do it. Not that, no, I mean, doing, don't get me wrong, it's not like easy, but in my mind it's like when you love something, it's no work.
Right. Okay, and then you have so much charisma, not only in Spanish but also in English. How difficult was it for you to have this command of English where you can joke and
Uh-huh.
say everything and be yourself, be your true self in two
Uh-huh.
languages?
Uh-huh.
That must have been
It's not
difficult.
it's not difficult. Just when I decide to start speak English, I just decide do it. No, make a lot of mistakes and everything, but that's the way you learn, right? And now I feel really good because now the people don't have my language, or can understand me and can understand what I wanna uh, put into their minds, the feelings and everything, no. And I feel great about it. I
Yeah,
never thought in my life one day I'm gonna speak English.
really.
No, because I say I don't wanna. I don't wanna take lessons and everything, But I start playing golf with my friends in San Diego, and I hear a lot of English, and I start speaking.
So you didn't take any lessons though?
No,
Wow. Speaking of golf, how's the game coming along?
No, good, good. I don't have that much to practice, but I'm an athlete, so it's not that difficult.
After you retire from boxing one day, do you think we can see you really pursue that?
No, no. Golf is very difficult. You need to start since very young, and I'm gonna be really good golfer when I retire. But yeah, for tournaments, different tournaments that like a
Pro-ams and stuff.
like a pro golfer is
Right.
different.
Yeah,
That's a hard game.
such a difficult game. Very frustrating game.
Yeah, it is.
I guess lastly from us, what else do you want to accomplish? Again, I know you don't have anything left, but is there a goal you have, a dream maybe that you want to do before you retire, other
Yes.
than just to be the face and continue to be the best?
Yeah, continue to be the best. Continue to enjoy boxing. Continue um, to have that mentality. To have that exciting for boxing and doing a good fights for the people and and they can still enjoy Canelo for more years.
All right. Well, we certainly enjoy having you. You're the biggest star in the sport, and the sport goes as you go. So thank you.
No, thank you, Mike.